Let's go, Razorback Nation. You'll be at home playing the Auburn Tigers, and this is one of my favorite running backs, Jarquez Hunter. We're going to break down what you need to do to win this game and remain in bowl eligibility contention, okay? What you have to do if you're Travis Williams going into this game is force Auburn to beat you through the air, okay? Peyton Thorne and these receivers really haven't done a whole lot. You do not want to lose this game off of explosive Jarquez Hunter runs. So this is early in the game. I would be forcing Auburn to drive the football down the field, not giving up absolutely, positively massive explosive gains in the run game, and that's exactly what happens. Linebackers here have a bad fit. Second-level player is able to wash this backer out. This linebacker loses his eyes and just gets caught in the mush. And guess what? Jarquez Hunter does a good job pressing this hole, waiting for this hole to open. He finds it. Safety is, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He takes himself out of the play, and now it's just a foot race, okay? So, I don't see C.J. Taylor, a really good linebacker for Vanderbilt out there. So, if you're Thomas and those guys at the second level, you've got to not let this happen. All right, one thing I would do is not give Auburn's receivers clean releases off the line of scrimmage, right? They have not proven really to beat anybody deep yet this season. So they're doing rush 3, drop 8. Once again, I would prefer this from an Arkansas perspective, forcing them to actually throw the football down the field. That right there is a little too easy. And on this very next play, it's kind of sort of the same thing, right? I wouldn't be giving 7 to 10 yard cushions versus a passing attack that's proven to not throw the football down the field, right? Look at that. I mean, I wouldn't be giving this up, right? That's just way, way, way too easy because anybody can complete that, okay? Once again, I would be far more aggressive in coverage. Now we get to here, okay? Very light box by Vanderbilt. It was only a 3-man front. Look at this. Everything is filled, right? There is no hole to run through. But once again, Jarquez Hunter, very patient in his run game. 15, loses his balance. You've got to be able to keep your feet and not get yourself washed out of this hole. I mean, he was right there. Loses his eyes, loses his balance. You got two guys hugging each other right here. Still, you have two players right here to make this tackle, and somehow, some way, he squeezes through there. Folks, that's not really anything special. You've just got to make simple plays, right? That's just absolutely atrocious defense from Vanderbilt. In Arkansas, what I would do defensively, press to the outside. You've got better corners than Vanderbilt. Auburn's receivers haven't been that good. And just fill your gap responsibly in the run game, and don't let this happen. All right, so now we get to this play, okay? Fake jet sweep to the right, and they're running a delayed screen to the left, okay? So obviously, Arkansas screen game has been huge. They got a big one off versus Florida, got a big one off versus Texas A&M, tried to get a few off versus Ole Miss. This is wide open, okay? You got 4 rushers here, then you got 4 more guys over here. So that makes it only 3 people who can make this tackle right here. Only 3, okay? Throw in the direction of the blitz. All you have to do here is just make this one block. Auburn's DBs are very good players, though. 4-1, both good corners. Or true freshman number 3 is beatable. So if I'm Arkansas, I'm attacking 3 if he's on the field. I mean, look at this. There's no excuse for this to not be a huge gain. If you're the tight end, you've got to get as vertical as you can to help this, guard out. Auburn's got a really good safety, number 36, Jalen Simpson, okay? All you got to do is just get through here. And it's off to the races, but 4 makes one of the best tackles you'll ever see. And that right there is losing the minimum amount of yards if you're Auburn. That should have been at least a 15, 20-yard gain. But once again, 4 and 36 are big time football players, okay? So if I'm Arkansas, just remember this secondary is very good. All right, so quick tip for the Arkansas offense, okay? With KJ Jefferson at quarterback, you always want to prioritize not giving up A-gap pressure. So that's right up the gut, okay? And what Auburn elects to do is bring a delayed blitz, all right? Vanderbilt's running a variation of mesh, which is 2 shallow drags. And because they bring this delayed pressure, this is actually a good call versus, a middle linebacker pressure, right? Because you're running where the space has been deoccupied by the backer, okay? So this is open right here to Vanderbilt's best wide receiver, Will Shepherd, if you just want to hit this. But and this out is also open to this tight end player right here. So you've got to be ready to make these throws if you're KJ. But also, this has just got to get picked up. I know it was delayed, and that makes that really difficult, all right? But the guard sees it. I think he feels the running back would pick this up. Instead, the guard stays with the DT, as does the running back, so you're getting unblocked A-gap pressure. Okay, if you're a QB, you've got to help your tackles out and step up into it. And he tries to, but there's a guy, blitzing right down his throat, and it's a fumble. Okay? So, once again, KJ Jefferson, who's obviously a better athlete, the one pressure that hardly any quarterback can escape is just A-gap pressure. You've got to be ready to take advantage of that. All right, here we go. 1st and goal. Vanderbilt down by, a country mile here. Once again, it's the A-gap pressure, all right? Center going head up versus this DT. Guess what happens? Easy swim move over the top, or it's actually a rip move, and he's able to get A-gap pressure, okay? And there's just absolutely nowhere for Seals to go, okay? So Auburn, whether it's their DTs or blitzing, whatever, they do a good job of getting pressure right up the middle, and it is a huge red zone sack. Boom! Looking at you, okay? So, Arkansas fans, if it's in your heart's desire, or Auburn fans, or anyone, feel free to drop a donation. These film studies do take a while to come through, and I think this could be a play you see Isaiah Satania do over the weekend. This little jet sweep handoff. This is Tulu Griffin, who, like Satania, is a good return guy as well. Nice little jet sweep action, and here at the end, if you're ever on a college football sideline, it is very important to keep your head on a mother freaking swivel because you get collisions such as this one. Bang! Okay? Brutal hit. Absolutely devastating, but I do believe he popped right back up. Now, a few thoughts here on the Auburn Tigers, okay? This is a team that is getting better offensively, right? Hugh Freeze's system is a very good system, but like we predicted before the season, it takes a while to get used to playing in a system like his, right, compared to the Brian Harsin era. So this year on the road, Auburn has put up these point totals. So you saw, Vanderbilt in the background. Auburn earlier this season versus Cal, only 14 points earlier this season. They also had a 10-point outing in a road game versus Texas A&M, and they also had 18 scored versus a bad LSU defense. So this Auburn offense is far from a finished product, and they really do need another year. Now, I will say their passing attack has gotten better. There were some really good completions versus tighter coverage versus Vanderbilt last week that we didn't show you. But then again, that's Vanderbilt, right? Vanderbilt has been absolutely atrocious this season. This is also something else I think you could see with Rocket Sanders. You can run the football just with like simple, blocking assignments. There's no one pulling. You're getting some good doubles. And LSU in particular were able to get some good runs like this. And, when you're able to run the football, even though Arkansas's offensive line isn't good at all, if you're able to run the football, it takes a lot of pressure off of them. And this will be the major stat as to why I think Arkansas is going to win this game. And it is a stat that we actually have been talking about on this channel for quite some time. So if you've been with me for a while, you already know what B2BRG stands for, okay? Now, because this is the end of the video, it's a little bit too hard for me to explain here. So floating in your face, you will get the full explanation, and it has a lot to do with Auburn going on the road in back-to-back weeks. So because of that, I actually am playing this. I think the Arkansas Razorbacks win this game 30. I think 30's a little heavy-handed here. I'm actually going to go Arkansas 28, Auburn 24. I think the Hogs do cover and find a way to get it done. So comment down below, and that video's floating in your face right now, okay? It is Power Hour SEC. Boom! And tonight we're doing quesadillas. Let's go!